Hello folks, this is Chris in Central Pennsylvania. Just a quick update. There seems to be a lot of confusion about a federal judge in Seattle's order regarding refugee admissions to the United States. This is related to President Trump's January 20th refugee executive order freezing the program, preventing those already in the pipeline around the world from coming here, including a guy in the DRC who was ready to come here. I guess he'd flown to Kenya or something like that and was about to fly to States and got stopped. So he is suing along with a number of other plaintiffs, and the judge has ordered, 2 days ago now, on the 25th, ordered President Trump to resume letting refugees in. This is going to go to an appeals court most likely. It has nothing to do with the 7 February executive order from President Trump, and a lot of South Africans are freaking out about it. First off, at a minimum, you shouldn't worry about it anyway because all it does is open the program up. It's currently frozen. Trump's executive order, my reading of it, had directed the State Department and Homeland Security to start a new program under the existing law for South Africans, giving them priority. So this order won't apply to that in any respect. But worst case, it restarts the program and you can flow in under that. Just need the details of what the South Africa program will be. So this particular program, this story from the New York Times, judge blocks Trump executive order to suspend the refugee program. Again, from January 20th, not the 7 February South Africa executive order. The preliminary injunction orders the government to effectively restore the decades-old refugee admissions program while a lawsuit to preserve it proceeds. So Trump is being sued like so many people are suing him. Judge Jamal Whitehead of the U.S. District Court of the Western District of Washington issued a preliminary injunction that ordered the government to effectively restore both the U.S. Refugee Admissions Program and funding to refugee assistance organizations while the court considered the merits of the lawsuit to block Trump's order. Judge Whitehead said it appeared that likely the Trump administration exceeded its lawful authority by suspending a program that Congress established by law in 1980. More than 3 million refugees have been admitted to the United States under the program, 3.1 million to be exact. So the problem with this, ladies and gentlemen, is that it doesn't exceed the president's authority. This is a bogus reading, in my view, of the law by the judge, and it will be overturned on appeal. But it doesn't affect the 7 February order whatsoever. It has nothing to do with South Africa. It has everything to do with the entire refugee program, which was suspended. And after Trump suspended that program, he directed that it be open for some South Africans. So no impact on South Africa whatsoever. So a lot of people spreading this around and claiming that it has something to do with South Africa. It doesn't. It doesn't. And so stop spreading it around. So 9 individual plaintiffs, including a 22-year-old refugee from the Democratic Republic of Congo who spent 2 years applying to resettle in the United States, only to have his flight from Nairobi canceled 2 days after Trump signed the executive order. 3 organizations that receive federal funding to help refugees resettle in the States joined in the suit. Now, the problem with that is that those refugees, resettlement organizations, could very well be getting the money. Once Trump gets the program for South Africa, those programs will be used to bring the South Africans here, the money we give for the refugee resettlement program. So that's a bogus lawsuit in my mind by those plaintiffs. The guy from the DRC has a legitimate complaint, but in my view, he has no standing here whatsoever. He's not entitled to due process. That's the argument that the judge makes. He's denied due process. What due process? He's not an American. He's not on American soil. He isn't guaranteed the protections, afforded protections of the Constitution. So there is no due process. South Africans are owed no due process in South Africa by the United States government. Iranians are owed no due process in Iran or in Europe by the United States government. It doesn't work like that. That's not how the world works. So this judge is overstepping his bounds, and he will be smacked down by an appeals court, in my view. We'll see what happens here, but lots of lawsuits coming. But again, this lawsuit is not tied to the South Africa executive order from the 7th of February. So we'll wait and see. In theory now, Trump has to start letting those 26,000 immigrants who are already approved to come here from around the world, including that guy from the Congo, come to America. And he has to turn the funding back on for the NGOs and the aid organizations here in America that help refugees resettle. Which makes sense. If they have to come in, then someone's got to help them. But that's going to be, the kibosh is going to come in that because the people whining about the money will get money to resettle South Africans as soon as that program's available. So anyway. The courts are being activists and overstepping their bounds, in my view. Not an attorney, so you don't have to listen to me. You don't have to take my advice. But what you do have to know is that I'm correct that January 20th is what this order is about, not February 7th. 2 different things altogether. That doesn't mean there won't be somebody that files a lawsuit and tries to stop the February 7th executive order. There are just enough leftist, white, liberal, racists that would do that to prevent South Africans from coming here, just out of spite. Never know. I don't expect it, but you never know. Don't count them out. Anyway, folks, thanks a lot. Appreciate it. Be sure to hit the like button and share this. This will also go into the groups on the refugee program so that you have an update. Thanks. Thank you so much. God bless. Be safe out there. And stop listening to all the nonsense and the white noise on the radio, on television, in South African media. It's all a propaganda war. Go look it up yourself. You don't have to trust me, but certainly don't trust the fake media who are lying to you every day and the people spreading rumors around. They're just being difficult because they're terrified that people actually leave. I'm agnostic. I hope you stay in South Africa, but if you come to America, fantastic for you. I wish you well. Cheers.